Hey, what up, y'all? It's Legend, and I'm back with a follow-up video to my the last video of the fastest, easiest method, easiest ways to complete MUT Master Shazier. The feedback I've gotten is incredible across all the different forums I've posted on. So thank y'all so much. Like I said, I'm trying to get back into this, so y'all definitely encourage me and motivate me to keep putting stuff out. And again, I appreciate the support and the love. All right, so we'll jump right into it. These first two screenshots you're looking at, those are my scores on solo battle against the highest ranked teams, I believe, in each of those groups of 4 games. And I play all my solo battles on ultimate on the highest difficulty. Yeah, so I mean, those are the screenshots I showed at the beginning of the video. Those are my results consistently, what I've been doing since I implemented this money play that everybody's been talking about. Woo! Moment of silence for that defender's ankles. That was a sick move. Alright, but back on topic, this money play, it is in the formation of it's the gun tray wide flex formation here. I'm using the Raiders playbook, but it's in several other playbooks. And the play is the fake screen wheel that everybody's been talking about. And each year, these plays everybody starts talking about, they've discovered are like cheesy or what have you. A lot of the time, I don't want to hear a lot of that stuff. Like, I just try to, early on with the game, I try to enjoy it for what it is. I'm trying to explore it. I try to figure it out. I basically lab in solos. I never go to practice. And I just try to see what works. But it reaches a certain... I don't ever jump on those bandwagons, though. Like, I don't ever want to jump on those waves where everybody's like, oh, this play. But it reaches a certain threshold where you're kind of like, well, can I get a benefit from it? And if the answer is yes, so I had to try it out. I had to see if it was what everyone was saying it was, and it is what everyone is saying it is. Again, it's the fake screen wheel, and what you're looking at is how I'm playing it is that you're just looking at 2 reads, the circle receiver and the triangle receiver. And what you're looking for is, if the circle receiver looks like he's going to beat the defense in a timely manner and you got space to kind of lead the pass out in front of him, you're hitting him. If he's not going to beat the defense, as you saw in this play, if there's not enough space to hit the pass, to lead the pass over the top, then you're immediately switching to that triangle read, and you're going to wait. As soon as he hits that angle to cut up field on the wheel, that's when you're going to hit him with it. But as you saw here, Moss got behind the defense relatively easy, and I hit him with the pass. As I said, if the secondary, if the safeties are kind of bumping him and riding him all the way upfield and going to make it hard, then you immediately just switch to that triangle, the triangle receiver, and hit him. And you can practice it and get a feel for it. It's really efficient. It's the most efficient pass in the game right now. Another benefit to running this pass is this play. Any playbook that has the fake screen wheel, out of this formation, you're going to have this variation of this play action pass, which is the crossers. If the computer comes out lined up in man, as you saw in this play, and have a man covering each of your receivers, if you audible to your PA crossers, just wait for him to clear out of the traffic. It's as close to automatic as you get. This play, not so much. I was running no huddle and just screwing around, and it was like, let's see what happens. This is an added bonus, automatic goal-to-go scores. What you're looking for is anything 5 yards and in. Usually it's more like 3 yards and in. You want to call a play out of any formation where you have the tight end and the 2 receivers to your right side. You're going to call a run when you come out and the defense is bunched in and lined up basically within the box. You know to audible to the stick play, and you hit that tight end. It's pretty much automatic. They won't cover him. So now for interceptions, I covered it in the last video, but I just wanted to kind of touch up on it because there was one key thing that I left out in the actual narration of the last video as I was going over this. And I didn't realize it until after I went back and started playing with this again after I made the video. But all it is, the key is, like after I made the video, I was doing it in my solos again, and I noticed like I would call the cover 2 as I had been doing, and my returner wasn't in the flat, wasn't the one covering the flat. So it threw me off for a little bit there until I figured it out, and it was because I've done it automatically for so long I forgot to actually mention it in the video. But the key is, once you audible to the cover 2, to base align. First, you call cover 2, then base align. But as I said, I had done it so long it was just kind of involuntary. I wasn't even thinking about it. But that's the key. If you were having any trouble where your returner wasn't the one taking the flat, that's what it is. Just you call the audible to the cover 2 after the computer audibles, and then base align. He's going to be in the flat. And as you see here, this was from the same game. I was just running all the fixed screen wheel, and I pretty much intercepted the ball at will using this. And again, the advantage to this is by coming out in the punt squeeze block, you are guaranteeing that 99% of the time that the computer is going to throw. And then as long as you bait the computer into thinking that flat zone isn't covered, as I've been showing you to do in these videos, it's as close to automatic as you can get. Like as you see, this was all continuous. In one game, I think I've gotten 6 picks like this in one game. So it really, if you're still pursuing those interception objectives, it racks them up quick. Also, another quick suggestion that I found that helped: once you audible out of the squeeze block into the cover 2 base align, if you press L2 then up on the left analog to spread the defense, I started getting more picks from my computer players that way as well. Alright, so here I have some additional strategies for sacks. This one is credit to It's the Martian from the MUT Reddit. He actually made the suggestion in the comments on my on the last MUT Master video I just shared with y'all. And what he was saying was, you take the safety, you call the 2-4-5 double A gap nickel, the mid blitz, and then you take control of the safety who's responsible for covering the running back. And what I found, I experimented around with the different line alignments and how to just different pressures, crashing in, crashing out, all that. I found that basically the pressure was consistent regardless. And what you're doing is, by controlling the safety that is responsible for the running back, as I said, you can do what you want with the line, but you're looking for that B gap, I believe, pressure between the guard and the tackle. That time it actually came between the guard and the center, but you're just delaying it slightly. You're coming up in the box and then waiting. If you can time that snap, and as you can see in these clips here, it's pretty lethal. And as I said, you can align the line however you want, but just practice that, mess around with that, and see how you like it. It definitely, actually in this clip here, I let it continuously run because I was getting non-stop pressure, and that was probably the difficult. I believe that this solo was on rookie, if I'm not mistaken, or it might have been pro, but either way, some of it has to do with how good the line is, and some of it is the difficulty. But just as you can see, you're calling the mid blitz. Again, the safety that is responsible for the running back. Practice that, try it out. Again, credit to It's the Martian of the MUT Reddit, as he was the one that suggested this. So I figured I'd try it out, and I did, and so I put it on the video to show y'all. It's also an extremely effective method of getting sacks and creating pressure. And as I said, with this method, I tried all kinds of different line alignments, and it really didn't matter. I think it might have an effect as far as where the gap opens up for you to run through, but I didn't really notice it. More often than not, you're looking to come through that B gap kind of on a delay. All right, so now what you're looking at here is, this was the method I was using basically between when I put the last video together and before It's the Martian suggested the last method I just showed you by using the safety. This one I was using, I basically got my sacks down the home stretch to complete the sacks objective by using this more so than the mid blitz out of the 245. That was another one of the safety ones, but as you can see, that's vicious. Like, if you time it, man, it's extremely gratifying. Like, if you can get a big hit in there, or the sack or whatever, it feels great if you time it right. But this other method you can try out is what I was doing was out of the 245, out of the same formation, instead of the mid blitz, I was calling the buck zone blitz that you see there at the bottom. I would base a line twice, then crash the defensive line in, pinch the defensive line in, contain with your DEs, and then for the coverage, I would press the receivers and shade underneath. So once you get those adjustments down, I'll put it down in the description. But once you get those adjustments down, it basically takes away his hot read. As you know, usually when you get pressure, they look to the flats. Their quickest pass is out. But by taking away the flats, their only option that they immediately can see, I guess, at that point would be to lob it, try to lob it over the top and beat the defense. But they don't really have the time. They just end up running for their life. So just try it out, guys. See what you like with these couple new strategies here. I hope it's as helpful as the last video was, if not more so. And again, thank you all so much for the support, for the positive feedback, because it really motivates me to keep, turning stuff out. So thank you all again so much. Please like the video, subscribe. That helps me a great deal. Again, appreciate it, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.